Morning, all. All right, so we got 4 games tonight in the National Hockey League. We've got 10 games tomorrow. Another multi-day preview. Let's go. So tonight, starting at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, the Vancouver Canucks are visiting the Washington Capitals. Vancouver 18-12-9 overall. They're 3-3-4 in their last 10. It's been a rough go. Washington 26-10-4 overall. Over their last 10, 5-3-2. So a bit of a speed bump for Washington. These teams meet again January 25th in Vancouver. The Canucks scoring 3.05 goals per game, allowing 3.21 goals against per game. The Capitals scoring 3.7 goals per game and allowing 2.65 goals against per game. On the Vancouver side, Bluger, 5 goals, 12 assists, 17 points. A hardworking forward getting his points this year. Quinn Hughes, 8 goals, 36 assists for 44 points. On the Washington side, Protas, 18 goals, 17 assists, 35 points. So he could hit 40 goals. He could hit 70, 75 points this year. It's been a really good run for Protas so far. For Rasmus Sandin, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points for Sandin thus far this season. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific start between Colorado and Chicago. So the Hawks playing host to the Avs. On October 28th, the Chicago Blackhawks win this matchup 5-2. These teams meet again March the 10th and April the 2nd. Colorado 25-15-1 overall. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10. They're hard to beat. The Chicago Blackhawks 13-25-2 on the season. They're 4-6 in their last 10. On the Colorado side, they're scoring 3.39 goals per game, allowing 3.17 goals against per game. Chicago scoring 2.53 goals per game, allowing 3.43 goals against per game. On the Colorado side, Colton hasn't been as red hot as he was to start the season, but he still has 12 goals, 2 assists, 14 points. Devon Taves, 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points for Taves. You know what you're getting with Taves. Very good defenseman. On the Chicago side, Bertuzzi, 14 goals, 7 assists, 21 points. Vlasic, 2 goals, 15 assists, 17 points. Everybody knows I'm a fan of Vlasic. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between Florida and Utah. This is their first meeting. They'll meet again March the 28th in Florida. On the Florida side of things, they're 24-15-2 overall. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Utah 17-15-7 overall. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10. Florida scoring 3.24 goals per game, allowing 3.1 goals against per game. Whereas Utah scoring 2.9 goals per game and allowing 2.97 goals against per game. On the Florida side, Verhaeghe, 10 goals, 19 assists, 29 points. He's been better recently. Forsling, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points for Gustav. On the Utah side of things, Cooley quietly having a very good year. 10 goals, 24 assists, 34 points. Ian Cole's been a steadying influence on the blue line for Utah. 1 goal, 11 assists, 12 points for the veteran. And then 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific start between the Flames and the Kings. So on November 11th, Calgary won this matchup 3-1, and these teams meet again January 11th to round out the season series. On the Calgary side, they're 19-14-7 overall. They're 5-3-2 in their last 10. The LA Kings 23-10-5 overall. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10. On the Calgary side, they're scoring 2.63 goals per game, allowing 3.03 goals against per game. The Kings scoring 3.11 goals per game and allowing 2.5 goals against per game. On the Calgary side, Kadri, 15 goals, 13 assists, 28 points. Ball, 1 goal, 11 assists, 12 points for Kevin Ball. On the Kings side of things, Byfield, who's been hot and cold this year, 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points for Byfield. And Brent Clark, 3 goals, 18 assists, 21 points. Once we reach the point where Drew Doughty's back, it'll be interesting to see what it does to the other defensemen and their ice time, and so it'll be interesting to see, too, with Clark if that changes which situations he's playing in. So those are the 4 for tonight. You guys can let me know your winners in the comment section below. Moving into Thursday. So Thursday we have 6 games starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 1 a half an hour later, 2 a half an hour after that. So there will be 9 games on at that point. The most I can keep track of is 8. So I'll have to drop 1. And then there's 1 late start as well. So 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Buffalo and Ottawa. This is the second of 4 meetings. On November 5th, Buffalo won this matchup 5-1. These teams meet again March 25th and April the 1st. On the Buffalo side, they're 15-21-5 overall. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. I think they've been playing better recently. On the Ottawa side, they're 19-17-3 overall. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. On the Buffalo side, they're scoring 3.02 goals per game. They're allowing 3.39 goals against per game. Ottawa scoring 2.92 goals per game, allowing 2.9 goals against per game. On the Ottawa side, Cousins, 8 goals, 12 assists, 20 points. Lots of trade rumors around Cousins. He has not been as productive as I think Buffalo would like. And they have a lot of good young forwards, so that would be a target for a team if they're calling. Owen Power, 5 goals, 17 assists, 22 points. His numbers probably not defensively where you necessarily want them to be, but he's got some company in Buffalo there. On the Ottawa side, Norris, 14 goals, 8 assists, 22 points. You always expect a little more at this stage with Norris in terms of points because he's prominent in the games, but it just is not translating to points right now. Jensen, 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points, continues to quietly have a very good season for them on the blue line. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Boston and Tampa. This is the first of 4 meetings. They'll meet again January 14th, March 8th, and March the 15th. Beware the Ides of March. Boston, 20-18-5 overall. They're 3-5-2 in their last 10. Tampa Bay, 21-15-2. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Boston scoring 2.58 goals per game. That's nowhere near enough. They're allowing 3.14 goals against per game. The Tampa Bay Lightning scoring 3.68 goals per game and allowing 2.79 goals against per game. On the Boston side, Morgan Geekie. I had to put him there because I said Morgan Geekie's name in the last preview I did, even though it was Connor that was on the board. So, and I didn't put Connor on the board, even though I could have for Tampa because it's Geekie versus Geekie. So Morgan, 9 goals, 9 assists, 18 points for him. Charlie McAvoy, 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points. On the Tampa side, Asimont was all around the net last night, so I put him on the board. He has 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, but he had so many chances that just wouldn't go for him against Carolina. Maybe he gets one against the Bruins. Darren Radish, 1 goal, 13 assists, 14 points. Has been a good point producer for them and overall decent defenseman too. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between New Jersey and the Rangers. This is a matchup New Jersey's enjoyed this year. December 2nd, a 5-1 win for the Devils. December 23rd, a 5-0 win for the Devils. These teams will meet a fourth and final time on April the 5th. The Devils 25-15-3 overall. They're 5-5 in their last 10. The Rangers 18-20-2 overall. They are 3-6-1 in their last 10. And that game against Dallas last night really kind of shows the issues with the Rangers, how there's some strengths there, but definitely some weaknesses as well. So for the New Jersey Devils, 3.19 goals scored per game. They're allowing 2.53 goals against per game. The Rangers scoring 2.93 goals per game and allowing 3.2 goals against per game. On the Devils side, Meyer, 14 goals, 15 assists, 29 points. Luke Hughes, 3 goals, 15 assists, 18 points for Luke. On the Rangers side, Lafreniere had 2 goals last night, so maybe he's heating up now. 11 goals, 13 assists, 24 points. Adam Fox still just the 1 goal to go with 30 assists for 31 points. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Dallas Stars and the Philadelphia Flyers. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in Dallas on March the 22nd. Dallas, 25-13-1 overall. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. Philadelphia, 17-19-5 overall. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10. On the Dallas side, they're scoring 3.26 goals per game, allowing 2.54 goals against per game. Whereas the Philadelphia Flyers scoring 2.98 goals per game and allowing 3.54 goals against per game. On the Dallas side, Wyatt Johnston, 9 goals, 20 assists for 29 points. He's been much better recently. Lindell, 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points for Lindell, which I put on the board because I put Lindell on the board by accident when writing up some scoring stuff the other day on the board. If I don't practice writing it the right way, I'm going to do it again. Then on the Philadelphia side, Owen Tippett, 11 goals, 13 assists, 24 points for Tippett. And Sanheim, 6 goals, 15 assists, 21 points for Sanheim on the blue line. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Oilers and the Penguins. The Oilers 25-12-3 overall. Penguins 17-17-8 overall. Edmonton won this matchup on October 25th by a score of 4-0. The Oilers are 7-2-1 in their last 10. Pittsburgh's 4-3-3 in their last 10. The Oilers scoring 3.3 goals per game, allowing 2.73 goals against per game. Pittsburgh scoring 3.02 goals per game, allowing 3.62 goals against per game. So defense and goaltending an issue with the Penguins. On the Oilers side, Podkolzin, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points for Vasily. And maybe he gets a goal in Pittsburgh here. Ekholm, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points for Matthias Ekholm. On the Penguins side, Raquel's become quite the story, hasn't he? 20 goals, 15 assists, 35 points. And Grzelcyk has been a very good addition for them. 1 goal, 21 assists, 22 points. I never saw that kind of production in Boston, so good on him. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Seattle and Columbus. So November 12th, Seattle played host, and they won 5-2. We'll see what happens now that Columbus is at home. They are much better at home. Seattle 17, 21, and 3 overall. They're 2-7-1 in their last 10. Columbus 18, 17, and 6 overall. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. On the Seattle side, 2.85 goals scored per game. They're allowing 3.12 goals against per game. Whereas Columbus, 3.37 goals scored per game, 3.61 goals against per game. On the Seattle side, Schwartz, 13 goals, 13 assists, 26 points. Vince Dunn's only played 21 games, but he has 8 goals, 10 assists, 18 points in those 21 games. On the Columbus side, Voronkov, 17 goals, 11 assists, 28 points. Seems like I've been writing his name a lot for goals lately with Columbus. Severson, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points for Damon on the blue line. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific start between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Carolina Hurricanes. This is the first of 3 meetings. They meet again February 22nd and April the 13th. Toronto 27, 13, and 2 overall. They're 7-3 in their last 10. For the Carolina Hurricanes, 24, 15, and 2 overall. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10 and could use a win. The Toronto Maple Leafs, 3.14 goals scored per game. They're allowing 2.74 goals against per game. Whereas Carolina, 3.34 goals scored per game, 2.8 goals against per game. But again, Carolina just winning 4 of their last 10. They really need the win here. On the Toronto side, Nyes, 16 goals, 10 assists, 26 points. He's had a bunch of goals recently. And Tanev, productive considering his role with the team. 1 goal to go with 12 assists for 13 points. That's not bad. On the Carolina side, Aho, 13 goals, 30 assists, 43 points. I think if Carolina is going to turn this around, it has to go from the top down, and it would start with Aho. Slavin, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points for Jacob Slavin on the blue line. He's known as a defensive stalwart as well. I figured Tanev's on the board. I might as well put Slavin there too. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between the Anaheim Ducks and the St. Louis Blues, the first of 3 meetings. They meet again March the 7th and March the 16th. The Ducks 17, 18, and 5 overall. They're 5-4-1 in their last 10. The St. Louis Blues 19, 19, and 4 overall. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. So the Ducks trying to pull themselves up into contention, and St. Louis trying to do the same. St. Louis at 500, Anaheim 1 game below it. So for Anaheim, 2.53 goals scored per game, allowing an even 3 goals against per game. Whereas St. Louis, 2.79 goals scored per game, allowing 3.07 goals against per game. On the Anaheim side, Frank Vatrano's been hot recently. 11 goals, 12 assists, 23 points. Lacombe, 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points for Lacombe. On the St. Louis side, Holloway, 14 goals, 17 assists, 31 points. Really good addition for them. Same with Broberg. 3 goals, I should say, to go with 11 assists for 14 points. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between Colorado and Minnesota. So the Avs go from Chicago to Minnesota. This is the first of 4 meetings between these two. They'll meet again January 20th to February 28th and March the 11th. The Colorado Avalanche, 25, 15, and 1 as previously mentioned, 8-1-1 in their last 10. Minnesota, 26, 11, and 4 overall, 6-4 in their last 10. And so we'll see how this one goes. These can be very unpredictable. Colorado, 3.39 goals scored per game, 3.17 goals against per game. Minnesota, 3.05 goals scored per game, 2.66 goals against per game. And once again, when these two teams beat each other, it's usually highly entertaining. On the Colorado side, they do have Nathan MacKinnon, 14 goals, 52 assists for 66 points. He's all about the assists this year. Makar, 13 goals, 36 assists, 49 points. And I had to put his plus-minus on the board. He's a plus 14 because I remember early in the season everybody going, Makar's not good enough for Norris because he has a minus in the plus-minus. Now people will look at that and go, well, plus-minus doesn't mean anything. Why are we using plus-minus? That's just stupid. On the Minnesota side, Rossi, 15 goals, 22 assists, 37 points. Middleton, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. The one thing I've learned with plus-minus is people will use it more when it proves their point. So if you feel like somebody's bad defensively, they have a bad plus-minus, you use it. If you think they're bad defensively, they have a good plus-minus, you just say, well, plus-minus is such a flawed stat, really. All right, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific start between the Islanders and Vegas. This better be an entertaining game because it's going to be the only game on for most of the time it's running. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on Long Island on February 4th. The Islanders 15, 18, and 7 overall. They're 4 and 6 in their last 10. Vegas 28, 9, and 3 overall. They're 9 and 1 in their last 10 games. On the Islanders side, 2.65 goals scored per game, 3.18 goals against per game. And on the Vegas side, 3.55 goals scored per game, 2.65 goals against per game. Those numbers are excellent. On the Islanders side, Horvat, 12 goals, 17 assists, 29 points. He's been snake bit at points this season, so we'll see if he gets one against Vegas. Dobson, 5 goals, 15 assists, 20 points. Had a slow start, has picked it up since then. On the Vegas side, Olofsson's only played 19 games, but he has 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points in those 19 games. And Noah Hannafin, 6 goals, 15 assists, 21 points on the blue line for Noah Hannafin. So there you go. Let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.